a rat were to scamper through your front door right now, would you greet it with hostility?
And I've been drifting off on knowledge. Cat calls on catwalks, man.
Has a rat ever done anything to you to create this animosity you feel towards it?
We took a flight at midnight and now my mind can't help but wonder how come.
Rats were the cause of the
Spoon-fed, pluralized eyes to find the beaches in the forest.
I propose to you, any disease a rat would spread, a squirrel could equally carry.
Climbing up the walls, cause all the shit I hear is boring. All the shit I do is boring.
Yet I assume you don't share the same animosity with squirrels that you do with rats, do you?
People on the planet working 9 to 5
If they're
just to
both
stay
rodents,
alive.
are they not?
9 to 5 just to stay alive.
And except for the tail, they even rather look alike, don't they?
9 to 5 just to stay alive. 9 to 5 just to stay alive. 9 to 5 just to stay alive. 9 to 5 just to
However
stay alive.
interesting as the thought may be, it makes not one bit of difference to how you feel. If a rat were to walk in here right now as I'm talking, would you greet it with the source of your delicious milk?
Probably not.
I didn't think so. You don't like them. You don't really know why you don't like them. All you know is you find them repulsive.
Yeah, they made that deal, but they don't give a fuck about him. They need you.
You'll be shot for this!
Nah, I don't think so. More like chewed out. I've been chewed out.
Don't let that worry you.
Missing you, Boogie. Where your location? Not near you. I'm finna leave. I dare you. I'm crazy. Don't let that worry you. You too high. Should let me serve you. Block me. Why do I worry you? I'ma do me. Prefer you.
My name is Lieutenant Aldo Rain, and I'm putting together a special team, and I need me 8 soldiers. 8 Jewish American soldiers. Now, y'all might have heard rumors about the Armada happening soon. Well, we'll be leaving a little earlier. We're gonna be dropped into France, dressed as civilians. Once we're in enemy territory, as a bushwhacking guerrilla army, we're gonna be doing one thing, and one thing only. Killing Nazis. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I sure as hell didn't come down from the goddamn Smoky Mountains, cross 5,000 miles of water, fight my way through half of Sicily, and jump out of a fucking airplane to teach the Nazis lessons in humanity. Nazi ain't got no humanity. They're the foot soldiers of a Jew-hating, mass-murdering maniac, and they need to be destroyed. That's why any and every sumbitch we find wearing a Nazi uniform, they're gonna die. Now, I'm the direct descendant of the mountain man Jim Bridger. That means I got a little engine in me. And our battle plan will be that of an Apache resistance. We will be cruel to the Germans. And through our cruelty, they will know who we are. And they will find the evidence of our cruelty in the disemboweled, dismembered, and disfigured bodies of their brothers we leave behind us. And the German won't be able to help themselves. But imagine the cruelty their brothers endured at our hands. And our boot heels. And the edge of our knives. And the German will be sickened by us. And the German will talk about us. And the German will fear us. And when the German closes their eyes at night, and they're tortured by their subconscious for the evil they have done, it will be with thoughts of us that they are tortured with. Sound good?
Yes, sir!
That's what I like to hear. But I got a word of warning for all you would-be warriors. When you join my command, you take on debit. A debit you owe me, personally. Each and every man under my command owes me 100 Nazi scalps. And I want my scalps. And all y'all will get me 100 Nazi scalps, taken from the heads of 100 dead Nazis.
E se io muoio da partigiano, oh bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. E se muoio da partigiano, tu mi devi seppellire.
Can you Americans speak any other language than English?
Well, I speak the most Italian, so... Buongiorno.
Gorlomi? Lo pronuncio correttamente?
Correct.
I might add also that any information that makes the performance of my duty easier will not be met with punishment. Actually, quite the contrary. It will be met with reward. And that reward will be your family will cease to be harassed in any way by the German military during the rest of our occupation of your country. You're sheltering enemies of the state, are you not?
Yes.
You're sheltering them underneath your floorboards, aren't you?
Yes.
Point out to me the areas where they're hiding.
Pretty good at that.
The way you walk, the way you understand me, the way you move, the way you just whisper
Maybe there's something you can't
the way
think
you
of.
touch, the way you used to kiss me. I want you just the way
Bring
you
out one
are.
over here. Alive!
I mean, if I had my way, you'd wear that goddamn uniform for the rest of your pecker-sucking life. If I'm wearing crap on me at some point, you gotta have to take it off. So,
Gorlomi? Lo pronuncio correttamente?
Sì, corretto.
Gorlomi? Per cortesia, me lo ripeti ancora.
Gorlami.
Mi scusi, con me?
Gorlami.
Ancora una volta.
Gorlami.
E come si chiama lei?
Antonio Margareti.
Ancora?
Margareti.
Un'altra volta, ma adesso vorrei proprio sentire la musica delle parole.
Margareti.
Margheriti. E lei?
Dominic De Coco.
Come?
Dominic De Coco.
Bravo, bravo. Somewhere in the last year, it would appear they've vanished. Which leads me to the conclusion that they've either made good their escape or someone is very successfully hiding them. What have you heard about the Dreyfuses, Monsieur Lapetite? Somewhere in the last year, it would appear they've vanished.
I assume you know who we are.
You're Elder the Apache.
But weren't if you heard of us, probably heard we ain't into prisoner-taking business. We into killing Nazi business. Cousin, business is a booming. That leaves two ways we can play this out. Either kill you or let you go. Whether or not you're gonna leave this ditch alive depends entirely on you. Up the road a piece, there's an orchard. Besides you, we know there's another kraut patrol fucking around here somewhere. If that patrol were to have any crack shots, that orchard would be a goddamn sniper's delight. So if you ever wanna eat a sauerkraut sandwich again, you gotta show me on this here map where they are. You gotta tell me how many they are, and you gotta tell me what kind of artillery they're carrying with them.
You can't expect me to divulge information that would put German lives in danger.
Well, now, Warner, that's where you're wrong, because that's exactly what I expect. I need to know about Germans hiding in trees. And you need to tell me. And you need to tell me right now. Now just take that finger of yours and point out on this here map where this party's being held. How many's it coming, and what they brought to play with.
You're sheltering enemies of the state, are you not?
Yes.
You're sheltering them underneath your floorboards, aren't you?
Yes.
Point out to me the areas where they're hiding.
Shoshana!
They're the foot soldiers of a Jew-hating, mass-murdering maniac, and they need to be destroyed. Buongiorno. Lieutenant Aldo Rain. These are the bastards. Ever heard of us? We just want to say we're a big fan of your work. it comes to killing Nazis, I think you show great talent. And I pride myself in having an eye for that kind of talent. Your status as a Nazi killer is still amateur. We all come here to see if you want to go pro. Scalp Herman.
Where are you mad? What have you done? I made a deal with you, General, for that man's life!
Yeah, they made that deal, but they don't give a fuck about him. They need you.
You'll be shot for this?
Nah, I don't think so. More like chewed out. I've been chewed out before. You know, Yudovich myself heard that deal you made with the brass. In the war tonight, I'll make that deal. How about you, Yudovich? You make that deal?
I'd make that deal.
I don't blame you. Damn good deal.
If I were sitting where you're sitting, would you show me mercy?
Nope.
What is that English expression about shoes and feet?
Looks like the shoe's on the other foot. Yeah, just think of that.
So you're Aldo the Apache.
So you're the Jew hunter.
I'm a detective. A damn good detective. Finding people is my specialty, so naturally I worked for the Nazis finding people, and yes, some of them were Jews, but Jew hunter? Just a name that stuck.
Well, you do have to admit, it is catchy.
Aldo the Apache and the Little Man?
What do you mean, the little man?
German's nickname for you.
The German's nickname for me is the little man?
And as if to make my point, I'm a little surprised how tall you were in real life. I mean, you're a little fellow, but not circus midget little as your reputation would suggest.
Where's my man? Where's Bridget von Hammersmark?
And when you purchase friends like Bridget von Hammersmark, you get what you pay.
Have you heard Aldo the Apache? You got heard about the bear Jew.
I heard of the bear Jew.
What'd you hear?
Beats German soldiers with a club.
He bashes the brains in with a baseball bat, what he does. Hey, Werner, I'm gonna ask you one last goddamn time. If you still respectfully refuse, I'm calling the bear Jew over. He's gonna take that big bat of his, and he's gonna beat your ass to death with it. And take your wiener schnitzel so they can finger and point out on this map what I want to know.
Fuck you. And your Jew dogs!
Actually, we're all tickled to hear you say that. Quite frankly, watching Donnie beat Nazis to death is the closest we ever get to going to the movies. Donnie!
Yeah?
Guy's German here wants to die for country. Oblige him.
I'm very familiar with you and your family. I have no way of knowing if you are familiar with who I am. Are you aware of my existence?
They call you the Jew.
Precisely. You're sheltering enemies of the state, are you not? Point out to me the areas where they're hiding.
Je vous remercie
Pour le lait et pour votre hospitalité.
Je prends congé de vous et je vous dis adieu. Au revoir, Shoshana!
This school of late has started reeking. Quiet, maggots, when I'm speaking. Reeking with a most disturbing scent. The smell of rebellion comes out in the sweat, and Fizz will get you sweating. And it won't be long before I smell the pong of aiding and abetting. A bit of Fizz Ed will tell us who has a head full of rebellious thoughts. Before the worm starts to turn, you must scrape off the dirt and rip it from the mud. The whiff of insurgents, the stench of intent, the reek of prepubescent protest, the pong of defiance, the odor of coup, the waft of anarchy in progress. Once we've exorcised these demons, they shall be too pooped for scheming. Some double-time discipline should stop the rot from setting in. All right, let's step it up. Double time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Discipline, discipline for children who aren't listening, for midgets who are fidgeting or whispering in history. They're chattering and chittering, their nattering and twittering is tempered with a smattering of discipline. The simpering and whimpering, the dribbling and the spittling. And yes, I need a tissue, it's an issue we can fix. There is no mystery to mastering the art of classroom mistressing. It's discipline, discipline. The smell of rebellion, the stench of revolt, the reek of prepubescent plotting, the whiff of resistance, the pong of dissent, the funk of moral fiber rotting.
She's mad.
Aha! And there, just like I said, the stinky maggot rears his head. Even the squittiest, piteous mess can harbor seeds of stinkiness. Have you ever seen anything more repellent?